Okay, first and foremost, I got to address that idiot there who's in an orange coat and he has a plexiglass shield and a fucking bearskin rug draped over his shoulders and head. And he also has a police body vest, and I wish I would have seen him when I made my first video of the day, because that dude right there is just another perfect example of the fucking terror of the insurrectionists that were at the Capitol on Wednesday. Fucking whatever. Anyways, into the heart of the story here. What we're going to be covering today is, you guys remember a couple days ago, I was giving props to Ted Wheeler. He said that he was going to take Antifa seriously. We got to take a look at those terrorists and make sure that there was something that was going to be done with them. I'll give you guys a refresher course because he has, not followed up on that. And in fact, Antifa has taken it right to him. After months of mollycoddling, Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler vowed to get tough on Antifa, whose members engage in nearly nightly campaigns of mayhem, violence, and destruction in the city of Portland, and any other large city you can think of. But anyways, my good faith efforts at de-escalation have been met with an ongoing violence and even scorn from radical Antifa and anarchists, Ted Wheeler said in a news conference last Friday. In response, it will be necessary to use additional tools to push back the limits of the tools we already have to bring the criminal destruction and violence to end. It's time to push back harder against those who set on destroying our communities and to take more risks in fighting lawlessness. And how has he done that? Well, I bring to you to Andy Knows Twitter feed. Okay, I haven't posted anything on Twitter in a long time, and like I said, I'm only going to be using it for news. And when it comes to Portland news, there's no better source than Andy Know. And there's a post-millennial article that I also could pull up, but it doesn't quite encapture everything that Antifa has been doing after Ted Wheeler said he'd be cracking down. So they went and smashed up a couple more places. Also, spray painted, "The state can no longer suppress us." We'll cover that in a minute. Yeah, here's some actual pictures of it. "State can no longer suppress us. Black Lives Matter." I don't know what 1312 is, and maybe I should, but who gives a fuck? Yeah, and "all cops are bastards" because they're really original and keep using the exact same stuff over and over again. Oh, in a suburb of Portland, Antifa rioted as well. Oh, and last night Antifa rioted again, seeing this is like what an actual riot looks like. Shit actually gets broken. I don't know, it's a little weird. Or, a whole bunch of people dressed exactly the same. And notice I won't play the fucking noise or anything off of it, the sound off of it, the noise, well, that's just what they make because it's nothing coherent that comes out of their mouth. But notice how they're all, wearing helmets and they have backpacks and they're all dressed in black. That's why I'm a little skeptical of what's going on down there at, what happened at the Capitol. So, it's all happening in the dead of night. People are getting no coverage for actually, smashing windows, trying to break into police departments. Where you could probably, and it's not like they haven't before, try to get to the armory and try to get some fucking actual lethal means. But this doesn't get any coverage, so I figured I might as well. But okay, so now we'll circle back to Ted Wheeler because, he didn't do anything about the violence that he said he was supposed to be taking care of. Now, to be fair, this is a suburb of Portland, but they rioted in Portland the night of the certification, and then they just, took it to the outskirts. So instead of doing something about the violence that was there, you just allowed it to migrate because you're really good at your job. And then they let you know how good of a job you did because Ted Wheeler was having what looked to be just a lovely dinner at an outdoor restaurant sitting underneath a beautiful tarp, and motherfucker got beamed right in the beak. It's a big enough target, so I'm surprised that they didn't knock him clean out, but these are soy-fueled little dorks, so couldn't really expect much of them. If it was Mike Tyson who was mayor of Portland, Oregon, we would have had a much different story, but oh, boy can dream. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler reportedly punched by social justice activists. There was video of that as well. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler, whose city has been plagued by Antifa rioters, was punched in the face as he dined at a local cafe during reports. We've seen the video of it. A group started heckling Wheeler as he sat at a Cafe Nell's outdoor dining area with a dinner companion on Wednesday. It was actually a woman. I know, I was just as shocked as everyone else. The mayor tried to ignore the hecklers, but they eventually pushed their way past the restaurant employees that tough. They rank up there with Capitol Hill Police Department in crowd control, and confronted him. Yeah, they were just kind of being belligerent and just real dicks. When Wheeler asked the people to leave, one member of the group started swatting at the mayor and made physical contact with him. Yeah, punched him in the face. The mayor could be heard on the video claiming he had been assaulted. Yeah, I've been punched in the face. Oh my god. Smear my makeup. A different clip captured him asking the person behind the camera how old they are, and he tells them to grow up. Ooh, tough talk. I wouldn't want to face Ted Wheeler on the streets with those sick burns. You're going to be made to feel like the scum you are, the person later yelled at the mayor before cafe staff persuaded the group to leave. I probably threw a fucking piece of avocado toast out on the street. No one's been arrested, and nobody's likely to be arrested because they all dress in black bloc, and you can barely tell anybody apart. Oof, the old braineroo is telling me that it's about time to fucking wrap this up, I suppose. Yeah, if Ted would have actually done something about this in, I don't know, fucking May, how about then? He wouldn't have had to deal with being accosted at dinner. Or, if he had a backbone, he wouldn't have had to dine outside, and all of this could have been avoided with strong leadership, but hey, that's just what you can expect when you don't call one side out for being violent, but you immediately slander and project onto the other side. You get the fucking violent mob that you've been cultivating for months and months and probably approaching up on the year. You know what? Hopefully you guys just make the Democrats I'm talking about, just make a big fucking cake for you and just frost it all black and just have a big fucking party for them on the anniversary of George Floyd going to that giant fentanyl factory in the sky. That's just a little update. Ted's not following through on his words like everybody and their mother kind of could see was happening. And Antifa's actually assaulting elected officials, unlike what happened in the Capitol building. Nobody was assaulted. Just a bunch of goons showed up. And they probably got some sweet pictures. Didn't steal anything, but, it's being reported. Oh, it's very funny, too. The picture's not on there. The little dork. Well, I guess he's a 36-year-old man who tried to steal the speaker's podium. Yeah, he didn't actually steal it. He tried to. Made for a sweet photo op. And so was that video of Ted getting punched in the face. I don't condone political violence, but perhaps that'll spark a little action and light a little fire under old sweet Teddy's little gluten-free bottom. Anyways, guys, do enjoy the rest of your weekend. It is Saturday evening, and I'm sure you guys have something better to do than listen to my big old giant Irish head spout a bunch of facts about what the hell is going on in the world. And if you are watching this, I appreciate that you do, and as always, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo and want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.